pipe in. I didn't like that phone anyway. It is going to be a special kind of day because, as you can see, I am translucent. So I told you I bought a bunch of these Veterans of Comedy shirts so I can advertise the brand, so I can, get the word out there about the Veterans of Comedy. Available wherever fine comedy can be found. You can get these Veterans of Comedy, who are also veterans, to perform at any venue for the relatively low price. I see that's not clicking over. Moose berries. And bear with me. It's the little... Oh, no, don't crash. Don't crash. Phone's way over there. I can't. All right. I'm in the process of crashing. Not crashing, crashing. Let's see if we can get that to come over. Oh, yeah. Go slow. Sometimes it'll bring it over, but it ain't bringing it over today. And I can no longer allow this to ruin my life. It's the source of the kerfuffle, the problem that I have is I have one Mevo camera, and I really like the Mevo because I can do a lot of great things with it. I can take different camera views. I can do a bunch of things with Mevo. So I use Mevo in the bar set for the warning order on Friday nights. And then at the last minute, I'll bring it over here to set it up for the supplemental on Sunday mornings. And I fail 100% of the time. Anyway, back to the shirts. I realize the chat box isn't up, but you don't need it. Apparently it's voice activated. Wrong camera. Apparently it's voice activated. If I just say it, it pops up. It's going to be one of those mornings. First of all, start every day with a positive mental attitude and let it all go downhill from there. I start my day with a positive mental attitude, and I do, honestly, try to maintain it. Seafoam green is the color I'm wearing right now. It's a very aqueous bluish kind of, I like it. If I step back from the camera, I think the lights allow you to see, that's pretty much what the color is. But if I get close to the camera and the lights hit me, and then I become translucent. I'm trans. It's the supplemental. It's how we start our Sundays. We do three things. We do your national days of the week. We do some community service information, or information around the community might be a better term for that because it's not always community service. And then we'll wrap it up with a little trivia contest for This Week in History. It's a fun time, had by all. It's a great way to start your Sunday. Allow me to dissuade this parchment. I chose not to go with ice cubes today because they make a lot of noise. But then again, the water also makes a lot of noise. Here we go. Let me put a better pause in there for easier editing. Here we go with your national days of the week. Starting with tomorrow, the 19th. Now, I tell you these things in advance. Corey, Sam, Dave. I tell you these things in advance, workmates, so that we can try to celebrate these days together. I pick the fun ones, okay? There's a bunch of ones that aren't fun. I don't pick them. I pick the fun ones, and maybe we can do them together. Austin, all of you people in this area. So we start with the 19th. It's national. Oh, excuse me. We rarely do international, but this is an international day, and I'm making an exception to the rule because of a dear friend of mine. It is International Orangutan Day. And there's only one person I think of when it comes to orangutans, and he knows who he is. So I don't know how you celebrate National Orangutan Day. I can tell you how not to celebrate it. Don't get your face ripped off. Those things are strong, okay? And I don't know if any of you remember the movie Any Which Way But Loose, but not all of them are Clyde. And even Clyde had a bit of an attitude. That is the 19th. On the 20th, it's National Bacon Lovers Day. Well, I don't know if you could see the cholesterol running through my translucent veins, but I may have consumed a little of the bacon throughout my lifetime. And I'm going to say I was a huge fan. I love bacon. Loved, past tense. Because it's not great for you, but it is delicious. And then, you health it up a little bit, and you eat turkey bacon or veggie bacon, and then you start to not like bacon anymore. So here's what I'm going to say. If you're young, moderate your bacon intake so you can enjoy it for the life. But if you overdo your bacon intake, you're going to move to turkey bacon, you're going to move to veggie bacon, and then you're just going to not like bacon anymore. It's National Bacon Lovers Day. On the 21st is Ninoy, without looking at the paper, I know this, Aquino. It's Ninoy Aquino Remembrance Day. Now, if you don't know your Filipino history, and who does, really? My Filipino friends. The Marcos family, they were a little bit of a dictatorship. And Ninoy did not like them. He was a freedom fighter. And they killed him. They assassinated the man because he spoke out against the Marcos family. And then revenge is a dish well served cold. After the Marcos family fell, Corazon Aquino took over the presidency of the Philippines. A little of your Filipino history brought to you by the Supplemental, in addition to the Lunsby Show. It's Ninoy Aquino Day on the 21st. On the 22nd, I've told you, it doesn't take much. You can spend just a little bit of money and you can get your national day on all of the national calendars. You can have your national Taney Family Day. You can have that. You spend a little money and then when the day comes around and I see it on the calendar, there's no way the Taney Family Day doesn't get announced on this show. There's no way that happens. That doesn't happen. The 22nd, speaking of things, they obviously got together. The Tooth Fairy, the Tooth Fairies, they pooled their money and created National Tooth Fairy Day. I'm not lying. It's a day on the calendar. I'm not, for any kids watching, because there are kids that watch, I don't want to ruin this for you, so I'm not going to tell you that the Tooth Fairy isn't real, okay? And you can remember that the Tooth Fairy isn't real because, Israel. You can continue to think that the Tooth Fairy is real as long as you have teeth falling out of your head and as long as there is the 22nd of August, National Tooth Fairy Day. Moving on to the 23rd of August, Sam, I'm looking directly at you, man. The 23rd of August is National Cuban Sandwich Day. I recently went to lunch with my friend Sam. Wait, coworker? How can I degrade the word friend? Because he did that to me. Associate. Yes, this associate of mine, Sam, we went to lunch together, and to a place I'd never been. And he said he always gets the Cuban because it's just the best Cuban sandwich there is. And then the day of, they didn't have any Cuban sandwiches. Life, man. So let's make plans to have Cuban sandwiches on the 23rd of August. National Cuban Sandwich Day. That's next Friday, dude. Easy to remember. The 24th, next Saturday, National Waffle Day. Now, I wanted to go to the Waffle House yesterday. I got out there. I got me some trigger therapy. I wanted to invite the actual friends, not just associates, not just people I know. I wanted to invite them to the Waffle House so we could enjoy some tasty, tasty waffles, not knowing that 1 week away would be National Waffle Day. Who wants to get some waffles with me next Saturday morning? Sounds like a plan. Let's celebrate these stupid days together. And finally, the 25th of August, the birth date of a certain special someone in my life, is National Kiss and Makeup Day. Kiss and Makeup Day only comes one day a year. So don't wait to kiss and make up. Life is too short, okay? Just kiss and make up now. Make every day Kiss and Makeup Day. And if you're wrong, admit you're wrong. If you need to apologize, apologize. Again, life, too short, man. It's too short. Life is too short. Oh, yeah, I got some too short running in my brain. I don't really have any community service notes for this week. I do know that there is a pancake breakfast coming up soon. I would tell you the date of it, but it's definitely within the next week. And maybe I'll let you know more about that as I know more about that, and I will know more about that by picking up my phone that I threw on the floor at the beginning of this little session here. So what do we got? What do we got going on in the greater Harrisburg metropolitan area today? In case you didn't know, I think it's 110 Hannah Street. I don't really remember the address, but if I tell you the location, you're going to know. In the appendix to the addendum to the nightclub called Savannah's here in Harrisburg, they're having a little comedy show. Now the doors open at 6. The show starts at 7. It's hosted by Corey Miller, and there are some fantastic people on this show. I'm going to do this from memory. Let's see how I do. Again, doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. Expected to last 2 hours, and it's a $10 cover. You say my name, it doesn't do you any benefit. I haven't thrown any money at this. But what they do, is they allow you to go from one venue to the other. You go to the comedy show, and then after the comedy show, you get free admission into Savannah's, if that's where you choose to spend your Sunday evening. So again, Corey Miller is hosting. And on the lineup, I try to do these in alphabetical order. I do believe Andrew Brooks is going to be there. Very funny man, along with Manny Santiago. I'm doing this from memory. Aaron Brooks, Manny Santiago, Aaron Scholl are 3 guys who are opening for the master of misdirection, Mr. Mike O'Donnell. Now, let me check my notes and see if I did okay. Andrew, Manny, Aaron, and Mike. I did it. I did it. Again, that's tonight. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. It's at Savannah's. It's comedy. Very funny people. These are very funny people. I do the Boy Scout thing and say, yeah, they're funny. Just 2 in the pink, 1 in the, I don't know. Moving on to the time I know you've all been waiting for. It's time. And these are especially fun when I have nobody in the audience. These these trivia questions of mine. And again, I have yet to go 7 for 7. I don't need you to see anything but that. And then I go over here, and I've got my questions. All right, difficulty level is set at medium. I have yet to go 7 for 7. I'm going to try to go 7 for 7. You could play along in real time if you're here, which I don't see. Oh, hey, Roger's here. Hey, Roger. Good. I got someone to play along with. I hope you're feeling better, brother. Question number 1. Which country successfully landed a spacecraft on the moon for the first time in over 50 years? What country successfully landed a spacecraft on the moon for the first time in over 50 years? Was it us? That's a old Judas joke from my father used to tell. Was it me? Was it the Ruskies? Was it the Indians? Or was it China? Those are your options available to you. My answer is decided. I know what I'm going with. What are you going with? Roger goes with China. I am going with India. So we'll find out soon on what the answer is. I see another viewer has popped up. I'm not going to reread the question. You're late getting here. You suffer. Question number 2. A major wildfire broke out in which U.S. state, forcing thousands to evacuate? I don't even need to look at the options. I know what the answer is. Ooh. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. So these are historical events that took place between 12 and 18 August. The second question, a major wildfire broke out in which U.S. state, forcing thousands to evacuate? Immediately, my brain goes to California. Why? Because it's always California, right? And every once in a while, I got to send my daughter an email like, are you on fire? And she's like, no, I'm not on fire. And I'm like, yay, you're not on fire. Here are your options. All of them are good. All right, I think we can easily say it's not Florida. Because Florida doesn't evacuate for nothing, baby. Florida's strong. Is it California? Is it Hawaii? Or was it Texas? You got three choices, viable choices. I don't believe it's Florida. But if you want to guess Florida, you can guess Florida. As much as I want to say California, I think it was Hawaii that occurred during this week. Waikiki, no, not Waikiki, Maui. Nope. I want to go 7 for 7. I'm thinking too much into this. It's California. Roger says California, and I agree. It's California. So here we go. Question number 3. A powerful earthquake struck which country, resulting in significant damage and casualties? Oh, Roger changes his answer to Florida, forgetting that you're not allowed to change your answer. But I'll allow it, whatever. It's just us. A powerful earthquake struck which country, resulting in significant damage and casualties? Answer number 1 is Japan. 2 is Morocco. 3 is Indonesia. And 4 is Chile. These are your options available. A, Japan. B, Morocco. C, Indonesia. And D, Chile. When I think of Indonesia, I think of Christmas Eve. So I'm not thinking that's the answer to this one. And it doesn't give us a date. I'm a little disappointed in that. But it does occur during this week in history. Could it have been the Fukushima? He's going with Chile. That's a good guess. And Morocco, you know, any of those countries there, when they have an earthquake, it's usually pretty bad. Significant damage and casualties. I'm going to go with the most riveting one that I've ever seen. It was definitely, I'm going with Fukushima. I'm going to go with Japan because that was riveting. And I'll still be scrolling through YouTube and they'll start running footage of it and I'll watch it all because, wow. So Roger's going with Chile. I'm going with Japan. This is probably where I miss out. Again, the goal is to get all 7 for 7. Question number 4. A historic heat wave gripped what region, leading to extreme temperatures and health concerns? I know the answer. Was it Europe, North America, Australia, or South Africa? South Africa. Africa. Was it South Africa? Was it Australia? Was it North America or Europe? I believe my answer is Europe. Because I tell you why, because they use the metric system. Once it goes over 40 degrees, they're, oh, it's so hot, it's so hot. And they don't have air conditioners in most of their houses because it doesn't normally go over 40 degrees. And people die all the time when the temperature goes up just a little bit in Europe. And they're always complaining about it. You don't hear them complain down in Australia because it's always hot in Australia. You don't complain in South Africa because they're too busy being carjacked in South Africa. And in North America, yeah, we have air conditioning. I'm going with Europe. Roger's going with Australia. We'll find out who's right in just 3 more questions. I don't know. 5. A prominent political figure announced their candidacy for a high-profile office in which country? A prominent political figure announced their candidacy for a high-profile office in which country? Well, I don't think it was the United States, even though that has recently happened, but it didn't happen this week. It's been, 30 days since she's taken a question? so we know it's longer than this week. I'm not going to go with the United States. Was it your options available to you? Was the United States, Canada, the United Kingdom, or France? Prominent political figure announced their candidacy for a high-profile office in which country? I'm going to go with the UK because they've been going through prime ministers like they're going out of style lately. One of them served what, 2 weeks? I can do this job better than anyone else. I don't want this job. Yeah, I'm going to go with the UK. That's my answer. And waiting to see yours. And I'm taking a drink while I wait. He's going with the UK also. All right. Two questions remaining. A new species of what was discovered in a remote region? A new species of what was discovered in a remote region? I think it's funny that they discovered something in a remote region. Wouldn't it be better if they discovered something like, hey, on the streets of Brooklyn, we found this thing, and we've never seen this thing before? Was it a bird? Was it a mammal? Was it an insect or a plant? You got choices, but it's pretty random, right? Obviously, this was nothing deadly or terrifying, or it'd be all over the news. Monkeypox is back! Oh, Mpox. We don't want to offend any monkeys. I almost added more to that, and I stopped myself. And when I do that, I am happy. Roger's going with a plant. I feel like a plant. Yeah, I feel like that's the right answer. But just to increase my chances of going 7 for 7, I'm going to go with a new species insect. I'm going to go with insect. That's my answer. Finally, the last question of the week. A major sporting event concluded with a surprising outcome. Which sport was it? Now, let me tell you, these questions have been shite, okay? They haven't been good questions. But at least Gemini, the AI Gemini, follows directions. At least that. It doesn't do as well as Copilot did, but then again, I asked Copilot the same question that I asked Gemini, and it's been giving me questions from 3 weeks ago. So I'm not afraid of AI taking over the world just yet, because they can't get the little things right. A major sporting event concluded with a surprising outcome. What sport was it? I immediately think the Olympics, and I immediately think breakdancing. Probably not an option. Was it tennis, basketball, soccer, or golf? You got options. Tennis, basketball, soccer, golf. A major sporting event concluded with a surprising outcome. Are you really surprised? I feel like a Happy Gilmore moment must have occurred somewhere. There's no way I'm going 7 for 7 this week. That question is so incredibly vague. How neat is that? He got a little tennis racket there. I feel like it's the most popular game in the world, and if I choose soccer, that's going to be my best chance of getting it right. There it is. Those are 7 questions for your week. They weren't great questions. I'll be the first to admit that. Don't thank me. Thank Gemini. But remember, Gemini is better than Copilot. If you've got an AI search engine, I should have just used ChatGPT. Actually, I think that's what I did last week. I used ChatGPT. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget it. I think ChatGPT did a real good job. This did not. Here we go with your answers. Answer number 1. I think we were both correct. Let me scroll back up and look at Roger's answers. He said China. I said India. The correct answer was India. Ha ha! I am 1 for 1. Question number 2. Roger, he chose California. I doubted myself and ended up choosing California, and the correct answer was Hawaii. So he's 0 for 2. I'm 1 for 2. Moving on to number 3, we both got it wrong. It was Morocco. Number 4, it was not Australia. It was Europe. Wait. Oh, you changed your answer. You said Chile, then you said Australia. You say UK. I have to scroll back up. Forgive me. All right, so India, I got correct. Hawaii, incorrect, even though I kind of felt like I should have got that correct. Neither one of us got the earthquake place. Question number 4 was the heat wave. I said Europe, and what was your answer? Anyway, the answer was Europe. Question number 5 was prominent political figure announced their candidacy for a high-profile office. That was the United States. I got that wrong. An insect was discovered in a remote region, not on the streets of Brooklyn. And golf. Man, we did not do good this week, but that's okay. We had fun. Yeah, I'll use ChatGPT next week. I almost wanted to redo this week, and we did so bad. But the questions were bad. Blame it on the questions. It's a smart man that blames his equipment. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week. Thanks for tuning in, whether you joined me live or you joined me later. Again, if you feel like getting out tonight and you're the greater Harrisburg metropolitan area, go out to Savannah, see some comedy. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. And hopefully I'll finish editing the latest episode of The Lunsby Show. We'll get that on the streets. And then we're taping another episode of The Lunsby Show in just a couple of hours. Have a wonderful Sunday, everybody. Have a wonderful week. And get you some waffles and Cubans and orangutans. Just have a great week. Just be the best person that you could be. And if you're a great person today, be an even better person tomorrow. I got all but 7 right. You did not